Hi, this is the Professional Amateur Hour coming to you with another review. This week, Leo sent me WELLWOOD, and this 2024 film was directed by Elza Hooper and stars Reid Collums, Camille Bassamo, and Adam Doherty, among others, of course. The story of this movie is about this man and his wife is actually dying from cancer, and it's kind of terminal, so they've kind of just given up on treatments. And so with the last weeks of her life, they go to this Airbnb somewhere in the countryside, and they're enjoying their time there for the most part. However, one night, this alien crash lands in the backwoods, and so the husband character goes out there and finds this crash site, and there's this dead alien there, and so he pokes it with a stick or whatever, and then you'll never believe it, but it heals itself and comes back to life. And so he figures he can try to do something similar with his wife's cancer. So what he does is he kidnaps the alien and ties it up in his tool shed on the property, and then kind of starts like experimenting on it, but it kind of seems more like he's just torturing the thing. And so what will happen? You gotta watch the movie and find out for that. Alright, so let's discuss this movie. Well, with this one, I thought it was kind of a unique story. At least it was an interesting story. I mean, they've kidnapped this alien and have him tied to a chair in the tool shed. And I don't know, I just thought it was kind of interesting that way. And then, there are little experiments on it. So they have to, of course, get the blood outside of the alien. So they're like cutting him up and stuff like that. And it's, I think, kind of a unique story. I couldn't believe they had just tied this guy up. Like, why would you do that? Why not bring it in and try to heal it and become friends with it? But no, they're just straight up kidnapping this alien, and it's kind of funny that way. Also, I was really impressed with the alien itself. I just thought it was so cool, and the design of it is so cool. It's kind of like this blue guy at first, and then as the story goes on, it kind of morphs every so often because it eats something, and then takes on characteristics of whatever is around it. And so I thought it was really kind of interesting to see it. It looks really cool. And then even more impressive than that is that you see it a lot. With some of these low budget stuff, you never see the alien. But with this one, you get to see it all the time. After all, it's just tied to a chair. So, it's there. And I can't tell if it's CGI or some type of puppetry. I do know there's someone who's, credited as the creature performer. And so possibly, or maybe a little bit of both, who knows? But it just looks so cool, and you get to see it so much, and I really do appreciate that. In addition, I found the characters to be, actually worthwhile getting into. I thought they were just so likable, and the wife is just so, it just seems like they're so real, it's just well written that way. So certainly the characters are worth following along with this story, and you certainly do feel for them. Even the secondary characters, these police that show up, and stuff like that, all of them are just really good characters. And that brings me to what doesn't work with this film. Well, I gotta say, there's some movie logic in this one that just infuriated me to the point where I was actually yelling at the screen. These characters make terrible choices sometimes, and I just yell at them, how stupid can you be to do that or this? For example, the guy, he kidnaps this alien and then doesn't tell his wife. And you're just why? Why not tell her? It just would make sense if you think that's the cure for the cancer, get her involved. I think she's also a doctor as well. So it just doesn't make sense why not to tell her. And yeah, just a bunch of stuff like that. And there's one towards the end that really kind of infuriated me. And I won't tell you what it is, but yeah, certainly not a perfect movie. These characters certainly do, make bad choices. So would I recommend this movie? I would say sure, it's a fine movie to press play on, certainly with the amount of alien that you see. I think it's just fun that way. So yeah, press play if you want. As for rating, well, I'm going to give it the 5.6 because I thought it was better than average, but not above average, if that makes sense. And with that being said, I think that's all I wanted to say. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.